Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. User Boss here, and this is my sort of first impressions gameplay video of tabletop racing on the Vita. So the first thing I noticed is that the menus are not controlled by actual physical controls, you have to use the touchscreen. And this is just one of the things that you sort of notice because this game is actually ported over from mobile platforms. It was actually released on iOS and Android before coming to the Vita, and there are very few places where you can actually tell, but the menus are one of them. But having said that though, they are actually quite nice menus, you know, they're very seamless and they actually look quite pretty. So, the actual garage is where you can unlock new cars, you can purchase new tyres and do some paint jobs. On top of that, there's also a lot of upgrades you can actually do to your car to reach its maximum potential, and as you earn more money and you complete more championships, you unlock new cars which have higher ceilings. So it's sort of a very standard gameplay formula, but I have to say the Vita is kind of lacking in good racing titles, and quite surprisingly this is one of the better ones. So the game is running at sub-native resolution, but it's pretty close to native. It actually looks fairly sharp, but probably not as crisp as it would on your Android device playing at sort of 1080p or whatever. But the gameplay is actually very smooth. I was surprised to see this game running at a smooth 60 frames per second, which was totally unnecessary on their part. I mean, generally with racing games, most of them stick to 30, but here we go, this is a portable 60 FPS title on the Vita, so that's, you know, news in itself. So the actual steering mechanics are probably not the most complex as you would expect, but they're actually not bad. I mean, it's about as detailed as something like Mario Kart in terms of the actual gameplay mechanics, and you know, you've still got skidding, you've got 4 different weapons, but the actual extra depth is added with the new cars. So with each different set of tyres you get, you actually unlock a new special ability, and these are actually more diverse and more powerful than the ones you pick up in just a normal item box. For example, some of the tyres will let you bounce over obstacles, and others will make you tear other cars to shreds. Now, this game also has some very impressive effects. I mean, it's very easy to sort of overlook this game considering its origins, but actually that would be a mistake. This is one of the best looking titles on the Vita, and probably the best looking racing one. I would actually say this looks better than Wipeout 2048. The actual textures on this game are slightly on the low side, but that's something we've come to expect with Vita games, and to be honest, the overall picture comes together very nicely. On top of that, we've got horizon-based ambient occlusion and some very nice lighting, so I would say the overall presentation and look of this game is quite surprising. On top of that, we actually have a lot of different game modes. We've got all the standard stuff, such as just a race and time trials and that kind of thing, but then we've also got some kind of interesting ones where you're restricted to use certain weapons, or ones where you've got to time yourself to actually hit the person in front. All these kind of things combine to actually give you a decent amount of variety. So, tabletop racing costs around £5 here in the UK, which is a lot lower than other Vita titles. And to be honest, it actually has just as much content as most of the other ones, so it's kind of surprising low price. However, you must consider that there are in-app purchases here. Having said that though, I've played the game for around 4 or 5 hours and have not yet once felt the need to actually do it. However, just the inclusion is a little bit annoying and kind of disappointing because, you know, I kind of get this feeling that mobile gaming, even on proper consoles like the Vita, is heading in that direction. There is also the inclusion of network play, so you can play online if that's what you're into, but you know, apart from leaderboards, there's nothing else to actually achieve this way, but it's still, you know, a useful addition and can add a lot of replay value. But anyway guys, that was just my first impressions of tabletop racing, and I can understand why you would look straight past this game. You know, it's been ported over from Android to Vita, and to be honest, it's actually coming in at a very low price point, so yeah, I would actually say give it a go. I would say that this game is actually probably going to surprise you. And there are trophies on offer to collect, and yeah, it's a really fun title. So thanks for watching guys, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.